let's take another question from the Cisco Sparkboard.
Hi Jason, Ganna here, co-founder and CEO of Round Team. I have a question for you. What in your opinion is the most successful revenue model for SaaS businesses targeting small and medium-sized companies markets? Is it a freemium model, free trials, or maybe giving a certain amount of product for free, like a Dropbox model? Thank you so much.
Wow, this is a great question. Brian, you've got a lot of expertise in the software space. So what we're talking about here is SaaS. To define that for people, when people say SaaS, they mean software as a service. And what that means is you pay for the software every month. And this is the opposite of packaged software, which was when you would buy Photoshop and you would have a copy of Photoshop that you would physically buy in a store or download.
Or steal.
Or pirate. You'd pay for it one time.
It was $1,000.
And it was $1,000. Even the mighty Adobe now just charges $50 a month for the Creative Suite, and it's software as a service. You pay as you go every month, which makes it a lower price point as you get in. And when she says SMB, that's another acronym meant to confuse people who are not in the industry, and we'll always decode those for you here at This Week in Startups. That's a small to medium-sized business. And then when she says freemium versus trials, freemium is when you sell the software and you give them a small amount of the software for free, freemium.
30 days free.
30 days free. So that's a time-based trial, or use these 10 features, but not these other 10 features, which we lock up. And a trial would be the amount of time you got to use it, as opposed to just telling people they have to pay from day one. So now that we've defined everything, what is the most successful way to run a SaaS business targeted at SMBs, in your mind, Brian Alley?
So it depends on what you're selling. If you can get away with selling a 90-day trial that they have to pay for, that then turns into you have to go out and sell them a renewal, or it's an automatic renewal, go for that. You get money from day one.
Right.
If you don't have something that you can do that with, or if you don't have a sales team, then do freemium. It's 30 days free. And freemium, too, doesn't have to be 30 days for free. It can be, like you said, I get the subset of features. So I know you played around with Social Rank. They have this amazing thing where super famous celebrities go in and say, I'm going to do this targeting DM stuff and see what makeup my Twitter followers have and all these things I can do. And you get to use it to a certain point. But then once you're sending out X number of messages, they say, oh, hey, hold on a second. Yeah, we can't do that until you pay. So you get addicted to it. I mean, there are so many different ways to slice and dice that trial period, that freemium thing, that really there's no one size fits all. There's no best thing for anybody. And it really, I think, depends on what kind of sales team or what kind of sales organization you want to build out in the future.
It's a great answer. I think if you look at a company like Slack or Yammer, these were chat-based software, both of them chat-based software, Yammer, then HipChat, and then Slack, where they let people use it for free in an organization.
Addictive products.
It's super addictive. And then what would happen is if you wanted the management control, in other words, to be able to say, take this person out, I want to see the archive of messages, searchable archives,
right?
For legal, for compliance, and then also just to control it, put people in different groups and what visibility, or as they call roles, each user can have. One role could be an administrator, one could be a manager, one could be a moderator, one could be a user.
Read only, you name it. Yep.
If you want to have access to those type of tools, then you pay. And so what that did was it infected organizations. It took out all friction to use the product. So when you ask people for payment in advance, that's friction. It slows down the process. There might be a moment in time where you want friction. So I'll give you the counter to your point, which is, yes, Yammer might want people to try it for free, but there might be software that's so complicated that when people want to use it, you say, I want you to request a trial.
Right.
Fill out this form, and somebody from our customer support team, our customer success team, as we call it now, is going to call you, onboard you, teach you how to use the software, get your credit card, and then let you use it. Or they're going to let you use it for 5 days for free, but they're going to check in with you after 5 days. So what you're doing there is you're putting up friction, but in exchange for the friction, you're going to get something great, which is if you put that friction there, you're going to get their contact information ahead of time.
Super qualified.
Now you've got qualified leads. Right. They're way down the funnel. So one size does not fit all. And you can change course. Some people I see, they put it out for free, and then they go to contact us for a trial. I've seen people start with contact us for a trial because we're in closed beta, and we really want to get to know the customers. And I love that one. So I have a company I've invested in called Superhuman, which is like a better Gmail. And Raul, who is a genius, who's running Superhuman, he requires that you request a trial, and then they actually, and I'll give a little bit of their secret sauce here for a minute, they allow people to use it only after they've given them some training. What that does is, if they do that onboarding, their chances of success with the product go up, which then lowers their churn.
No, of course. When you call them the success team, right? The success team. I've had platforms. I've had friends who had platforms, and if you give them a platform, here's a blank canvas, go. They don't use it. A year later, they've churned. They're not going to renew, right?
Right.
So holding their hand, walking them through, creating content, doing whatever that thing is. It's very funny. I'm on the Superhuman list. I think I'm like number 20,000 for them to get to. It's kind of like I may get Warrior season tickets before I get Superhuman email. We'll see.
Yeah, well,
I know Rahul too.
I can get you ahead. I can get you ahead of the list.
For the Warriors or the Superhuman?
I can't get myself ahead of the list for the Warriors, and anyway, I don't want this a sore spot for me.
Sorry.
Thanks for that. All right. Hey everybody, let me take a minute to thank Cisco Spark for supporting This Week in Startups. You work with people in multiple locations. I bet you do if you're listening to This Week in Startups. And working together was never easier than with the Cisco Spark system. The Cisco Spark board is amazing, and you can do great video meetings, team messaging, digital whiteboarding, file sharing, and calling all in one secure app. You don't need to have the Cisco Spark board. That's amazing to have like we have in our offices, but you can just use Cisco Spark, and it works on all your devices, and it's completely free. Other products cost a lot of money, as you know, per seat. Cisco Spark works on all your devices, and it's free. It's the fastest way to host and join meetings, and it works with industry-leading video systems like the Cisco Spark board. The Cisco Spark board is, of course, touch-based. It's an all-in-one device. You just plug it in and you're ready to go. It's designed for large rooms and for small ones. You can do video calling, digital whiteboarding, a wireless presentation on the 55 or the whopping 70-inch screen. We use the Cisco Spark board here to do whiteboarding and to do meetings. And once you put a bunch of files into a chat room, you can pull them right up on the Cisco Spark board. It's so easy to use. Go visit ciscosparkboard.com and you can learn more and sign up for free. So if you're a fan of the show, and you're working in business there, you want to get some meetings going, go to ciscospark.com to learn more and sign up free. It's an amazing product, well worth a visit, ciscospark.com to learn more. Okay, let's get back to this amazing episode.